Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maki MJ. Welcome. On this channel, we talk about manifestation, law of attraction, personal development, and spirituality. So if you are into those things, please do subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And don't forget to hit the bell button in order for you to be notified every time I have a new video up on our channel. I want to share with you how I manifested my daughter. I literally manifested my daughter. I used different tricks and different methods to manifest her. So I'll be sharing with you how I manifested her. I have two methods that I used to manifest my daughter. And I have one most important thing you need to have or you need to do when you are manifesting anything in your life, which I will be sharing with you at the end of the video. So make sure that you watch the video up until the end so you guys can be well informed in how you can use this one most important thing that a lot of people don't talk about when you are manifesting. I'm gonna start at the beginning of when I actually started manifesting my daughter. So it happened that I was in my second year in university, and every time we were done with our lectures for the day, or waiting for the next lecture, and maybe we have 30 minutes or an hour for our next lecture. So me and my friends would go to the school fields and sit there and chill there and just, spend some quality time. Listen to music, like literally we'll chill at the fields most of the time. So we will spend most of our time, imagine our graduation day, when we graduate, when we are done with our diploma and we graduate. So everybody would literally share what they would like that day to happen, how they would be wearing, which family member will be there, and we'll share all those things. So most of the time I'd be like, I'd like to actually be pregnant. If I'm not pregnant during that time, I'd like to actually have a new baby. And my friends would ask, why? I'm like, when I was in my last grade of high school, I had my son. So I would also like to have another baby on that day as well, double certificate. I'll joke like double certificate. I've got double certificate for my matric, and then a child will be double certificate for my university. We'll joke about that, and I will literally envision myself so happy if I would be pregnant, maybe early months of pregnancy, like 2-3 months of pregnancy, or maybe I would be pushing my stroller and my child there and my family there. That will be so great for me. And then every time would literally imagine that I'll share that with my friends. It actually happened, but not the way we envision it to happen. Firstly, if you notice, I used to say that quite a lot with my friends. So now I was speaking that into reality. Number one, first method that I used, I spoke it into reality. So fast forward, we needed to do practicals. So we did practicals. I got a job while I was doing my practicals, my work reintegrated learning. In order to finish our diploma, I got a job. The job turned out to be a perfect job for me to also do my work integrated learning. Few months later, I decided that I needed to change of scenery. So I felt out of place of where I was staying. I outgrew the area that I was living in at that time, so I needed a change of scenery. So at that time, I moved in with my best friend's family for a month. I think that was December. Came back in January. I looked for a new place, right? So I'm looking for a new place. I'm getting frustrated because each and everywhere I go, I was still looking for a new place in the surrounding areas of where I used to stay. But I couldn't find a place that I wanted to stay in, a place that I felt connected to. So what happened was that Miguel, my friend, at that time I'm still living with my friend. So I'll spend days after work going around looking for a new place, a week. Come back, I'm frustrated, I'm feeling down. I'm like, I can't find the place that I want. I actually can't find the place that I want because the flats that I was viewing at that time, the apartments, they didn't define who I am. Like my energy would say no immediately. I walk in the street or in the area, they would literally say no. And then my friend was like, no, wait, man, why do you still want to stay in that area when you hate that area? Why don't you look for a place around this area, the area that you want to stay in? I'm like, I don't know how I can find a place here. My friend is like, hold on. She went on her phone, she googled places, apartments to let. She actually came across one apartment, and that day I was feeling so down. And then she was like, oh, I got an apartment, actually it's in the budget that you want to spend for a place, so I think we have time now. Let's call them and see if we can actually go and view this place right now, because it's just 10 minutes away from my house. I'm like, okay. So my friend actually calls this lady, and then she's like, yeah, I'm home, you can come view. We go. The minute we walk in that neighborhood, my spirit lit up. It lit up. And I'm like, okay, I feel good about this area, but I don't know, right? We go into the apartment. So it's an apartment, and I was going to share that apartment with the lady and her husband. And they had a child. Okay. For me, I was like, okay, they have a child, a couple. I'm staying with a couple. I'm not, I'm single. Okay, it's not like I was single, but I'm like, I'm staying alone and I'm staying with a couple with a child. I don't know if it's going to work. And then we go into that place, and immediately we walked in. My friend was like, this is your place. This is where you stay. I had a conversation with the lady who was owning that apartment. Literally everything was flowing. You know what my friend said? My friend said, I think this is the place that you always wanted. Now, it's a great place, and actually I like their vibe. So I'm like, listen, I'm going to take a chance here. I love your vibe. I'm moving in tomorrow. So that was it. I moved into that apartment, right? Hey. So every day I would wake up and I'll find the child in the lounge with the nanny in the morning when I'm going to work. So every day, literally that child, it was a baby girl. That child, I had chemistry with that child. We vibed. Me and that child literally vibed. It's like we've spent time together, but I was just a new person in that apartment. That child didn't know me. And I would play with her like I was playing with my own child. Even when I'm in the mall and I'll see nice things, I'll buy for the child. When the baby is crying, I would literally be like, hey, my darling, hey, princess, why are you crying? Oh my God, little did I know that I'm still manifesting. I'm putting this energy to the universe, right? I'm putting this energy to the universe. Fast forward. 2 months later, Miguel, here she is. Oh, the lady that I was sharing the apartment with, she was like, oh, how many child do you have? I'm like, I have 1 child. It's like, how old? I'm like, he's 9 years old. It's like, no, he's old. You need to have another baby. I'm like, not now. I am ready for a baby, but financially I'm not stable. I would probably wait maybe 2 years, right? That is me saying that. Little did I know that the universe has his plans for me, right? The universe was like, no, man, this is the right time. You are going to manifest this baby that you wanted, right? And it's the same year that I am going to be graduating. So what happened was this. I'm preparing for my graduation. My graduation was in April. That time it's January, right? It's January, February, second week of February. I started being sick. I'm getting sick. I'm getting breakouts. I don't know what's going on with me. I would go to work and I would be sick. I didn't want to be at work. I would be so sick. And then my friend would be like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I don't know, I feel sick. I would call my mom, tell my mom, take pictures of my face. I'm like, listen, look at me. I'm sick. I don't feel well and everything. My mom would be like, why don't you go get tested? Go get tested. You're probably sick or something, Just go get tested and find out how you are in regards of your health, right? I didn't think I was expecting a child. I didn't think, because I was taking each and every precaution of not to have a child that year, right? Woo, guys, this is juicy. So I go to the doctor. I consult. My doctor's like, when was your last period? I tell my doctor when was my last period. My doctor's like, okay, can you go pee? I go pee. Come back, my doctor's like, oh, okay. Actually, congratulations. I'm like, congratulations on what? And then the doctor's like, you are expecting. I'm like, what? No ways. My doctor was like, yeah, you are expecting you're gonna have a baby. I'm like, huh? What? My doctor was like, no, you're 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks pregnant. I'm like, no ways. No, doc. Listen, I was taking every precaution. No. My doctor is like, okay, let's go to the scan. Little scan there. There's the heartbeat. I'm like, what the hell? Oh my gosh. Literally, my spirit, my energy lit up. I felt very comfortable with the news. I didn't know how I was feeling, but I felt comfort inside of me that, okay, this is time. Like something told me inside, like, nah, this is time. So I go home, I'm digesting this whole thing. I tell my partner, like, listen, the doctor said this is what's happening. My partner's like, okay, cool. I mean, I'm like, but I don't understand because I was taking precautions, right? Fast forward, COVID hit. I had to come back home. I came back home, and then in my mind, I was not thinking that actually this is what I wanted, right? It didn't click that this is the year that I was busy manifesting with my friends. Fast forward, a few months later, my schoolmate calls me, right? She calls me and then she's like, hey, bruh, how do you feel that couldn't graduate because of COVID? I'm like, yo, remember how we used to plan about our graduation, our outfits and everything? And then she's like, yeah, I remember. And she's like, no, wait, I remember you said you wanted to be pregnant when we are actually graduating. And I was like, oh shit, wait a minute. Oh my God. And then she's like, what? I'm like, listen, let's video call. We switched to video calling each other. And then I show her my body. She's like, oh my God. Do you realize that you actually manifested this? I'm like, no, wait, you're joking. For real? She's like, yes, remember how you would say you want to be pregnant during our graduation? You wanna either be pregnant or with a newborn baby, pushing a stroller or either pushing a huge bag. I'm like, yes, I actually wanted that. Oh my word. And then she's like, if it wasn't for COVID, you would have experienced graduation the way you wanted to experience it. And it clicked inside of me. And I'm like, oh my God, I really did manifest this baby. I really did. And then from realizing that, everything in me changed. I started speaking to my baby. I started calling her a her. Right? I'd be like, oh my God, my princess is hungry. Are you hungry, my baby? Are you hungry, my princess? And then my partner would think that I'm crazy. And then he's like, why do you actually say it's a princess? And I would tell him that it's a girl, because it's a girl. And then he'll be like, nah, man, just leave room for disappointment. You cannot say, what if it's a boy? I'll be like, I know it's a girl. I know for sure it's a girl. It's going to be a girl. And then I started speaking to my baby like I'm speaking to a baby girl, right? So I would speak to my baby, hey princess, hey my darling, hey mommy's little angel, hey my cutie pie. I actually had a baby girl, right? And then I would brag to my partner that, listen, I manifested my baby. And my partner wouldn't believe me. I'm like, blah, 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 blah. It's a lie. Nyoro, 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 nyoro. Even my friends would ask me, what gender would you like? I'm like, it's a girl. So when I went for my first scan, and not my first scan, one of my scans, and then my doctor would be like, are you ready to know the gender of the baby? And I would tell my doctor, I already know the gender. And then my doctor would be like, what's the gender? I'm like, a baby girl. And then my doctor would say, why do you want a baby girl? I'm like, because I already have a boy. So I would literally like to have a baby girl. No, I'm having a baby girl. And my doctor would laugh, and then he'd be like, would you like to find out what's the gender of your baby? I'm like, yes. And then he said, it's a girl. And I'm like, I knew it. By that time, me and my partner were planning to have a gender reveal shower, right? me, excitement, and the fact that I am proving him wrong, that I manifested my baby firstly, and I manifested her gender. She is actually what I wanted from the word go. I couldn't keep the news to myself. I went to my mom and I told my mom, like, hey, listen, it's a baby girl. Darling, it's a baby girl. And then I went to tell him, I'm like, it's a baby girl in your face. And then he thought that I was still just saying it. I'm like, seriously? I pulled out the scan prints and I showed him, it's a baby girl. So that's how we didn't have a gender reveal shower, because we already knew the danger of the baby. I couldn't keep it to myself. It was too good not to share. So this is how I manifested my baby. Method number 1, I spoke it into existence. How did I speak it into existence? I spoke it with my friends while I was still in my second year of university, and little did I know that I was telling the universe that, universe, when I'm graduating, I want to be pregnant, or I want to have a newborn baby. I spoke it into existence, right? Number 2, I lived it. When I moved into my apartment, I actually lived it. I actually saw the child as my child, and little did I know that I was manifesting her. Number 3, I scripted it. When I was pregnant, I started writing, scripting in present tense. I would write that I am so happy that my little family is growing. My son and my daughter are so beautiful. See what I did there? I said my son and my daughter are so beautiful. I am so in love with my daughter because she looks like her brother. And she looks like her brother. More like the dad though, but they have similar features. And I would literally script, she is such a beautiful baby girl. She is healthy. She is happy. She's a happy child. Everything that my baby is right now, I scripted it before. That is how I manifested my baby. The other method that I use is that I started imagining her. I would imagine her. I would literally play with her in my stomach like I'm playing with her in life. Like literally. Each and everything that I say to her right now is things that I said when she was still inside of me. So I would tell her that, my angel, hey mommy, hey baby, hey my baby. You are blessed, you are pretty, you have great personality, you are a healthy and happy baby. And she turned out to be that and more. The most important thing I did while manifesting my baby was that I felt like she was already in my life before she was in my life. I felt like she was there before she was there. I've seen her, and I felt the feeling of having her as a baby girl. So when she was born, the gratitude and the love and the joy that I feel right now, I felt it before I held her in my hands. So before I even knew that she was a baby girl, I could tell that she was a baby girl. So I'm so happy that each and everything I scripted about her, came true, and even more. This happened after I had an unfortunate event in 2018, and I have an unfortunate event where I got a miscarriage, and from there I literally stopped thinking about me having a baby. Little did I know that I would actually have her in the year that I actually wanted to have her, before my graduation year. This happened when I thought it was not the right time, when I actually forgot about it. So this serves as my manifestation story. This is one of my biggest manifestations to date. How it happened, how my baby is, how her personality as she is right now. She is literally the most coolest baby. She doesn't give me any troubles. The way I scripted her, she is that. Manifestation is real. I was clear when I was scripting. I got clear. I literally wrote word to word how I wanted her to be, how my family is going to be, and I wrote it in present tense. I would imagine her, I would see her in my eyes, how she looks like, even though not really, she didn't turn out exactly how I would imagine her, but she turned out even better. So each and everything that I wanted my baby girl to be, she is. As soon as I found out that I was expecting, I started scripting that it's a baby girl. I started feeling like I have a baby girl inside of me and that I will hold a baby girl in my hands. That is how I manifested my baby. So guys, I hope you do take tips. You can use these tips in each and every area of your life. It doesn't necessarily have to be a baby. Well, but you can use it in any area of your life. Literally, it can work. Most important thing you need to do when manifesting is to feel as though you already have what you want. I felt as though I already have a baby girl. I felt as though I was already playing her in real life. It sounds crazy, but then do it like that. Script, imagine, envision it, speak it into existence, and the most important thing you need to do is feel it into existence. You won't go wrong with your manifestation. It is possible. I did it. You can do it. It is that easy. Vibrate in the same frequency you would vibrate when you have your desires in your hands or in your real life. You have to feel it now before you have it. That is how you supercharge your manifestation into real life. Thank you guys for watching my video today. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And also, don't forget to hit the bell button in order for you to be notified every time I have a new video on this channel. And don't forget to share with me what you would like to manifest this year. Remember, speak it into existence. Let it all out. Share with the community what you would like to manifest this year on our comment section below. Thank you for watching this video. May you be left with love and light. Goodbye.